Hello, 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 my beautiful crystal lovers, my beautiful Reiki masters who are here, and everybody else who is attracted to my work and how, what are the, what do I do? And how do I work my magic? Thank you so much for being here. This is my little cave where I give my trainings and I plan my offerings, my sacred offerings, my dark room where I create. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Can't wait to connect with the new people. Let me know in the comments below how this feels for you, how you like the entire training. So this is the training. We're going to be talking today about the basic layering of what we do when we are doing crystal healing. It's placing those crystals consciously and working with the consciousness and the energy and the frequencies, allowing them to integrate and come into a higher, more easier state of being, less dense way of being. This is what we do. We are light workers. Crystal healing is where vibrational medicine really comes to an art, right? Because it layers all the different, not just the properties of the crystals, but our own embodiment, our own knowledge, and our own experience of them as the way that they resonate. It is a very grounded and very human-centered modality, right? It's really, crystal healing is all about human energy anatomy healing. Yes, let me go ahead and see if somebody's here. If not, I'm just going to go continue my training. And let me share the screen. Start the presentation. So thank you for being here, whether you're here with me live or on the replay. Yeah, here you are. I can't wait to see you and meet you. All right, let's go to Secrets of Crystal Reiki. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, are you ready to learn the secret sauce behind crystal healing and to give you some pointers about it? Sit back, grab your favorite crystal, start rubbing it if you need to, or also look at it, just gaze at it as you take in all this information. Definitely have some water with you because water really helps integrate all these frequencies. It's the most subtle of all, and the one that can help us integrate into our human anatomy and the human crystalline system all these new frequencies and ways of being, of vibrating. So welcome to the Secrets of Crystal Reiki free training. This is me, Brenda Soulfire. If you don't know me, I consider myself a soul sister because I really am here for everybody's upliftment, for knowledge. I've been doing esoteric knowledge for almost 30 years now, really researching. I'm just one of those bookworms. I'm a writer and also I'm a mystic circle leader, certified crystal healer. I'm a registered metaphysics practitioner and traditionally Usui crystal and shamanic Reiki Master Teacher for 7 years now. And I've certified amazing crystal healers and shamanic healers all around the world. Certified and mentored because there's no certifications when it comes to shamanic healing, right? I am a Boricua crystal medicine woman, which means that I have worked with the shamans of my land. Boricua is from Borinquen, Puerto Rico. So, and I work with the mineral kingdom, is who I've chosen as my allies to heal and also to bring in information, to land a lot of information about the earth, not just in the earth, crystalline, brain sections of the earth, but in you, in the skeleton, because information is stored in bone and stone. I'm also a spiritual life coach for boss ladies all over the world, especially people who have a lot of responsibilities, who really need somebody like me to be able to come to their clarity and be able to lead from their point of empowerment, right? Self-empowerment, self-led. Um, when you're in the leading position, you are the one who's making the decision, and you must be clear on both. So somebody like me has a lot of modalities that will help you get to that new point. I'm really good at creating new systems, coming up with new ways of organizing information, organizing what's coming down, right? And also giving you specific ways of how to continue to work this after this, everything, continue to work the situation after the session. I'm a healer brand doula. I've helped hundreds of healers, actually about 100 healers, I would say, not hundreds, but about 100 healers, come up with their own very unique, very aligned brand online because of all my years as a digital copywriter. I'm also a certified business coach, soul meets strategy business coach. So if you are definitely setting up your conscious business, I can help you with that as well. And I've worked with mine for the past really intensely for the past 7 years. So I can give you a lot of pointers of becoming an entrepreneur and creating a new business in a new way for you that feels good for you. Hi, Terry. Welcome, Terry. Hi. Welcome. So I'll be speaking to all of you later if you guys have questions, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and if everybody can mute. There. Oh, while I give the training. Hi. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Hey. So yeah, I'm just presenting myself. So it's kind of at the end. Welcome to Secrets of Crystal Reiki. And just for people who do not know me, I was just hey, welcome to the space. So going down the list of what I do, and I'm a certified business coach for soul businesses, soul meets strategy business, and also a conscious brand content strategy because of my 26 years as a content strategy and digital copywriter for Fortune 500 companies. So I have that corporate side of me that can definitely help you get your marketing, but this is definitely more on the crystal side, my healer side, which I love, and it's my work. More about like me before, I would say I was definitely deeply codependent, overworked, exhausted, love addicted, low self-esteem, always finding outside what I was just running away from myself a lot. Would definitely go for the bad boys. Zero boundaries, codependent, betrayal story we kept playing with close friends and with boyfriends, extreme family breakdowns, narcissistic abuse system, yes. That's where I was born in a way, and it's been interesting just recovering myself from my past. Body issues, self issues, a lot of disassociation, just didn't want to be here. I was in a life that I did not love. I was trying to please everybody else except myself, and I did not give me the worth of what I loved, what I felt, my feelings. I just completely disassociated for myself, and that came a lot of conditions, a lot of psychological as well, emotional breakdowns that got me to really come back to who I was as a child, which was a very psychically aware kid, in person, and a lot more sensible, and was definitely here to build a new world, not to follow any patriarchal story, but to start really going into myself. So my spirituality was my way back into myself, and I started with rebirthing breath work, almost 30 years ago. Yeah, well, I'll tell you all about it. But I'm a full-time healer teacher now. I've lived in many of my dream places and now back home rebuilding and reconnected with my own community. So it's a lot of where I am right now as a healer is really coming back home, and after going, trying it all out and seeking and running away from myself and my home and all that I needed to heal that and I needed to bring in, I'm coming home now, bringing in all this knowledge. Definitely the Great Mother is rising in me, and I'm here to support leaders and healers like yourself. Yeah. There's more. Here's what we'll cover today. We're covering resonance, which is the main secret sauce of how it's kind of like the hint of the mystery that goes on with crystal healing. Sacred geometry, which is the language of the universe, because the universe speaks in forms and in very sacred, very stable forms that mean very specific things and bring in very specific frequencies. So, and we're also going to be talking about crystal properties, which have a range from the, human crystal lore and all the cultural innuendos that come in with each stone, all the way to the crystal lattices and structures. So there's different ways of working with the crystals, and you will, if you want to be a professional crystal healer, you will have to go into them slowly but surely, go into the human lore part of it. Crystal healing is a lot. It goes slowly but surely. They start to teach you about themselves as well, and they go to really connect to them. You need to sort of stop what you're doing and really get really quiet, like the earth itself, to be able to start differentiating the different frequencies between them. But we'll talk about that. And we'll also be talking about the dominant oscillatory rate, which is pretty much as every crystal has a dominant rate, frequency rate to it. And that is the beginning of what quantum physics is really going into, and also vibrational medicine is going into crystal healing, to really understand what how these crystal frequencies, these rates affect what's going on around them. And it's pretty much just because they're really stable, whereas a lot of the things that are around them, and the ones who are looking at them, which are us humans, have a lot of different frequencies within us. We're bone, we're muscle, we're emotion, a lot of different range of frequencies. We're very dissonant, whereas the crystal kingdom has taken its time to become just one resonance. And so we use them to shift and to stabilize and to order our own frequency. So let me check the chat. Hi. Yes, Terry. I'm at work too. We're at work. I love my work now. I chose this work because I think it was definitely a lot more important than writing, ghost writing for people. And no, it wasn't much. So the basics of crystal healing is that everything is energy. So vibrational medicine transforms a healer's understanding, especially the more that you practice it, from a Newtonian universe where physicality is it, to an Einsteinian universe where everything is relative, everything is energy. And this also comes full circle to what our truth of our ancestors knew, is that everything was one, and that the truth is now holographic. It is not separate chunks of parts that are falling apart onto, that's, it's not like the small focus, it's everything focused on that really heals. So the change in your own consciousness from a Newtonian worldview to an Einsteinian worldview has to happen, and it's already happening to humanity, but needs to really happen for a crystal healer, really land for a crystal healer to start being able for that consciousness to really start, riding the chariot, the wonderful, marvelous chariot that is crystal healer, and specific crystal Reiki. which is the most popular modality of crystal healing nowadays. So there's two kinds of energy healing, and we've all seen it. There's the veritable one, which is measurable, and those include the sound healing. Let me turn this off. That includes laser beams, all the little trinkets and stuff for you to zap yourself, the healing. All of those are veritable. You are able to measure them at some point. They have sound, they have frequencies. They're very much measurable. You can go in there, and there's all sorts of technologies that can measure them. Putative energy healing is what we do, crystal healers do, what Reiki masters do, and all the other spiritual healers. And when you're working with getting your energy from something that is alive, it resists measure because the mystery of the wonder of being alive, it really is what awakens you and makes you want to go deeper and deeper into you, to actually want to engage and know and understand there is something else. There is something else to just what we see with our five senses, physical senses. So when we use live biofields, they bring in energy. It's about bringing in live energy with nature, whether it's with crystals, plants, or animals. Any other thing that we're working with. Crystal Reiki, of course, focuses on working with Reiki, turning on Reiki, and then just working with the different properties of the crystals. So both of these energy healings both focus on restoring your energy life flow. So we're in the business of like repairing energy systems. Everything is energy and everything is related to each other. And like I've said before, the crystals have a dominant oscillatory rhythm, a rate, and it's its original frequency, and it's usually very strong, very stable, and we are the opposite. So how they work is that they stabilize our frequencies. Our molecular structure starts to kind of just get, they ping back and forth to each other to integrate in terms of like, how can we together in the same space and still be at peace? And that's why they feel so much at peace when you're in a place full of crystals, right? They lighten up the load for you as well. They have a very high level of influence, and the frequency or the place of the person that in the energy field, especially of biofields that are around them. So it's not just us, but the plants and animals also really align and integrate to them in order to bring in that peace, that order, that inner structure, right? That alignment. They also have the ability to create piezoelectricity. If they're pushed a certain way, they can bring in heat or they can bring in energy as well. And they carry high levels of information. Crystals store, amplify, modulate, and kickstart loops of energy and information. That's basically what they do. So we work and they're perfect for vibrational medicine. And that is why Crystal Reiki has now, because it has created some kind of structure to this modality and to the sessions that can be given for it, and an actual result that comes from it, like actual service that you give to somebody when you're working with Crystal Reiki. So let's talk about resonance, which is, the main reason, the main scientific way to explain how crystals work. I mean, crystals work on so many levels, mainly because they are alive. They are the organs of the angels. And when we're reading that quote, they have a lot of mystery and wonder when you're working with them. They bring in that wonder as well. They also keep you young. Electric resonance, let's talk about this. In electronics, when you have electrical resonance, it occurs when the natural frequency of a circuit coincides with the frequency of external excitation. Sorry, that was not coming. Basically, something outside is making it kickstart and begin. The circuit begins because it's been kickstarted from outside. That is resonance. That is electric resonance. When it comes to electromagnetism, it talks about nuclear magnetic resonance. And it's the nucleus, something outside of the atom is definitely making this, the nucleus do something, right? When it comes to vibrational medicine, it refers to two energetic bodies that are vibrating in the same bioelectromagnetic frequency. And that is pretty much just what it does, even if you don't know anything. Let's see if I can. Oh, okay. Sorry. All of a sudden I couldn't see. Yeah, and vibrational medicine refers to two energetic bodies vibrating at the same bioelectromagnetic frequency. So that is why just simply grabbing onto a crystal and really putting close to you, place in any of your energetic centers, will get you to resonate to that order, to that stability on a frequency level, and then affect the other bodies, because we're like a whole bunch of bodies walking around. Energetic resonance, it's like attracts like, so crystals are super stable in vibrational resonance. We don't. We change a lot. So they align us to the type of frequency that we are ready to broadcast. And they know who they are here to help and to modulate themselves and stabilize something in themselves and learn about the frequency of this major idea in beingness and in imbibing it. That's what they do. They kind of choose you to start and then give you that resonance for you to start vibing this way. So they're kind of like soul candy or consciousness candy in a way, and they're you froze. Yes, crystals also act sympathetically when programmed. Yes, definitely. Yes, so you know all about this. This is a very quick get into the secret sauce, but definitely that is what crystal grids are all about, and that is how I also sometimes heal with other people when they have their crystals on their house and I'm doing an online session. So yes, they definitely act sympathetically when programmed. Programming it is, that's your knowledge, that's your training, that's your getting in there and researching and really working with the crystals, right? That the consciousness that's working with the crystals, the more knowledge it has, and also the purer of heart, because the heart is where you resonate into. It's your place of resonance with these crystals. And the clearer your heart is of anything that is blocking its divinity, the more you're going to be a stronger battery for that resonance to just beam out to other people. So resonance, at its core, crystal healing is about resonance. It's the ultimate vibrational medicine modality. And you get to the nitty gritty behind the science and the art behind crystal therapy. Vibrational energy therapies create healthy resonant patterns using frequency and vibration specific energy pathways in order to create balance. Vibrational medicine uses specialized forms of energy to positively affect those energetic systems, bring you balance from that frequency to start beaming out the chosen one, not the broken, traumatized, split off vibration, but the one that feels good and is yours from the heart. So they help you align yourself to that, to your true frequency, to true dominant oscillatory rate. Like they have theirs, they have already chosen this very specific structure. They're looking for you to also become this very specific, to choose and to become more conscious, right? Become more crystalline. So what is healing resonance? In physics, resonance occurs when an object vibrating at a specific rate transfer its frequency to a second object as the two approximate each other. Think of it as a tuning fork, right? A vibration of another, brought closer, and they just can't help but entrain. That's another big word in terms of how crystals work. It's entrainment. The frequency bells ping to each other, and they just start doing a really beautiful resonance and kind of making music together. We are like the stars. Yeah, like the music of the stars. They bring in a new order, basically. Since sacred geometry is also the secret sauce of crystal healing. Now, this is the part where you train your entire system, not just your mind, to understand crystal healing, to understand sacred geometry and integrate those symbols really into your subconscious in a way that you just, that symbol stamps the astral, the physical, the physic quantum realm with it, so that you start affecting the frequencies around you. So sacred geometric patterns exist all around us. They create fundamental structures and templates for the universe. So we use them to, not just with the crystal structures, but to also, which we're going to be talking about like after, but also as templates of life for the universe to stamp the frequency that we're sending out. So we turn on Reiki, and we definitely then choose the sacred geometry that goes with our intention. And then we use the crystal frequencies to then beam that out and amplify, and also bring in true knowledge, bring in new knowledge as well. Always new understandings when you work with crystals. So the geometrical archetypes reveal the nature of each form and its vibrational resonance, and they symbolize a lot of things, but usually they have inseparable relationship between everything and everyone. They have oneness at its core. It's very, all sacred geometry is very universal. And so it really it's the language through which the quantum realm really speaks to itself. And nature takes from that language to build and create yourself. So when we go and also learn this language, but not just learning it in our minds and what everybody said about it, but we integrate what these sacred geometry, these different sacred geometry icons or symbols do and affect the frequency that we're sending out or receiving. So sacred geometry are blueprints of creation, and they're the origin of all forms. Getting really good, just very basic for like, what is the circle about? The circle is about oneness, it's about union. I mean, there is that part of that is part of us making sense of life and the history that we put around this symbol, but there's also something inherent, information that's inherent in that symbol as well. And sitting down with the crystals, sitting down with these sacred geometry symbols, and really integrating them into our bone structure, which is our skeleton, all the way to like until we know them, until they click in, and when we beam them in our consciousness, that stamp of light goes straight to affect creation. So every natural pattern of growth or movement comes back to one or more sacred geometry shapes. Again, learning about these, integrating them, really being able to, with conviction, use them and speak to the universe and back, especially with the crystals, because they have so many facets. They're able to beam out these intentions, is really one of the key secret sauce ingredients of Crystal Reiki. Yes, so not just the crystals have a sacred geometry going on, because they're not, there's so much in Crystal Reiki about the structures as well, that you have to kind of get to know what each crystal structure is about. But the molecules of our DNA, the cornea of our eye, the snowflakes, flower petals, crystals, the shells, stars, galaxies we spiral around, everything, the air that we breathe and the way that it moves, all life forms are created out of geometric codes. This is like the pattern maker So understanding what they are, what they do, what they come with, not just the human consciousness side of it, but also the nature side of it, really sitting and observing, again, is the secret sauce of a consciousness, of a conscious crystal healer that really goes in there and let's talk to the universe and ask it this. That brings in miracles in a whole new, more grounded way and conscious way, because you, once you choose a specific symbol for a specific intention to beam out your Reiki rays and or crystal rays, it's so much more potent. So let me know if you have any questions. Here's what I tell my students to work with crystal, with sacred geometry symbol, to learn them. You choose a symbol that awakens something within. You print it out, you have it with you, or you just have it on the screen in front of you. But I'd rather you do these things outside of screen time. Definitely print it. So I'd rather you print it out, gaze and lose yourself in it every day, just for like a couple of minutes, to just check it in the chat. Yes, Terry, amazing. I can't wait to hear what you do. Yeah, I do a lot of work with crystals too, and they really bring out the wonder in life. They really are amazing. So for 21 days, to choose one sacred geometry symbol that you're really going to go in there. You just need like a glass of water and a journal, maybe a candle, and put yourself, or just go to a place in nature to gaze at the symbol and just let it come in. Just really allow yourself for it to inform you, as well as then study it, research it for the whole 21 days. Research the history of it, what it has been used for, so that you really come in and see what what others have used it for, but then also really have the experience of it hitting your energy body as well. So keep learning it, having this integration time until it clicks in, and then move on to the other one. You know that we want to do a lot of things at the same time, but with nature and with crystals and with sacred geometry, it really is a slowing down and an unlearning that we need to do to integrate all this information and then be able to beam, be that human radio type person that can beam these frequencies out. That can definitely, because they're so locked in, then they're a switch in your body and in your consciousness. And whole packets of information come out of you when you beam out these super integrated, studied sacred geometry symbols and units. Yeah. So crystal properties are seen in different ways. That's the other secret sauce of crystal healing, of course, because you do need to study them. And just like any herbologist needs to sit with the plants, we need to sit with the crystals. And they have there's different ways of understanding crystal properties and what they do, each one, what they're good for, each one. Human lore, and that comes with a whole culture and all the stories that come with that stone in each different parts of the world. There's crystal experts, which we have now at this point, and definitely the best book that I would say to start with is the Book of Stones. I can send you a link if you're interested. Crystal experts, because you can read what other crystal healers have used them for, what they felt with these crystals, and they've really sat with the crystal kingdom. So there comes a time in crystal lovers path or journey where they sit with the crystal, where they just read a lot of crystal properties, and then they start buying a whole bunch of crystals because of these crystal experts and what they say, and all the online stores, and that's fine. That's you going in there and really feeling that. But when it comes to really becoming a professional crystal healer, you have to go into then the crystal structures. The crystalline structures is a more scientific way of working with crystal biofield energy and what they do. and to match them with the intentions of your healing and what you want to do and how you want to affect that human energy anatomy field. Of course, the basic of crystal healing at its most basic is match the color of the stone to the color of the chakra. That would do it. And that is basic resonance at its finest. And the shamans from many cultures just inherently knew those different color stones were used for different types of way of healings in different problems in different areas. So, and the fifth way, which is the first one that comes in, is and the most important. It's your intuition, because your skeleton, your entire being, your emotional system just knows which one they loved and which one they hated. And I would say if you have very strong, also, not just the ones that really call out to you, the crystals that really call out to you, but also the ones that really don't like, and you're like, oh, I can't even look at it. Just slowly but surely get both. And then with the one that you hated, obviously work in very short increments, but it will definitely help you work your shadow. And it is probably the one thing that you needed, that you're resisting in your field to come in. That one message that you're resisting to come in, so that your consciousness is more open to receiving all this information. So yes, your intuition, choosing the crystals is the most important one, and it's the one that you want to check the comments. Hi, Terry. I do grid work, Reiki, meditation program, spells, warding, tingly water, and jewelry. Awesome. Which ones to interact well together? Love it. Love it. So you're already fully immersed in crystal healing. I love it. All right, so here's what we're going to be talking about when we talk about crystal structures. Ooh, the other one. These are ways to classify stones according to their molecular shape and how they affect energy healing. So a crystal structure is a pattern, is ordered arrangement of atoms, molecules in the crystalline material. It's also called atomic lattice. Metaphysically, this affects their properties and the correspondences that you worked with them as well, and how best they work with an energy, so they match the form of the crystal to your intentions, basically. So a crystal family is determined by lattices and point groups, meaning how the structure is set, and each crystal family is used for different aims and energy work. There's 7 crystal structures plus the non-structured one, because I always include them, are cubic, tetragonal, trigonal, hexagonal, orthorhombic, monoclinic, triclinic, and amorphous, which have no structure. Let's see if I gave it. Okay, so here's what I wanted to do. I need to share these. Each are a little bit. And all this stuff, you're going to get, all this information you get in my Crystal Reiki certification and mentorship, which is a 6-month live training that we're going to go. I mean, I've already run this, so you have access to my previous trainings, but I'm going to run it again live. It'll be 6 months of training and then 12 months of one-on-one sessions with me, 1 per month. And these are part of the trainings that you get in that certification. I'm going to tell you a bit about it later. Okay. Cubic are the helpers. The tetragonal are the enhancers. These are that type of. Just gonna go quickly because I know that this training is going longer. The hexagonal are the seekers. They're bringing in. So when I'm saying the helpers, I mean they come in to nurture, they come in to soothe, they come in to ground. Tetragonal are enhancers. These are ones that help you bring in resolutions to issues and amplify the strength of other crystals. They make something more attractive. They enhance something. They bring out, they amplify the energy as well. They enhance energy. So they're sort of like the amplifiers. Like for pyrite, I'm sorry, chalcopyrite. They enhance crystal healing, like they really, whatever it is that you're trying to do energetically, it really does it quicker for you. Like if you're trying to align those chakras, it will definitely align them quicker, so much quicker for you as well. The trigonal are the lighthouses. They find new ways of being for you. They attract success. They bring in new solutions. They definitely go out there and they attract solutions, they attract miracles, they attract, the light to you. Hexagonal are the seekers. These are the ones that provide support, give you strength. They act as inner mirrors for the outside. They help you find what you are seeking. And they're energy explorers. They're really, when you are doing a lot of shadow work, when you're trying to find out what's happening at the moment, definitely go with the hexagonal crystal. These can be apatite, the beryls, tourmaline, calcite. These are the ones when you want to reveal, that you want to use when you want to reveal information. Again, these crystal structures are all part of Crystal Reiki certification. And it's definitely, this is a top-notch online certification. I've never seen anything like it. Almost just give you all the information and you just have it and get the certificate. I sit with you until you integrate this and it becomes part of you and you become a world-class crystal healer, because that's what I want. That's just how I am. I make sure that you integrate all the information enough so it becomes part of you and your practice. So orthorhombic are the releasers. They are the ones that you use when you help, when you want to help the cleansing, the clearers, when you want to release any imbalances, when there's too much of a lens, very dense energy. These are the celestite, dambarite, iolite, a lot of ites, topaz as well, numite. Just check out their crystal structure, and these are definitely the ones that help you release. A lot of cleansing. Monoclinic are the guardians. They are protectors. They also purify, they safeguard, they guide us to stay true to ourselves as well. These are the azurites, the howlite, crocolite, lazulite, epidote as well. The amorphous ones bring out, they reveal truth. And that's the obsidian, moldavites, all the tektites, all these glasses that are amorphous in the crystal structure, the obsidians, apatite, which I'm rubbing here. Triclinic, I forgot to speak about, is these are when you want to reach out for higher information. They're multidimensional guides, so really bring in information. But they're also really good for clearing as well. Sunstone, kyanite, they bring in higher states of being down into Earth as well. All right, so that's my quick little crystal structures training, but that is this handout, and this training is part of my Crystal Reiki certification and mentorship, which here's the class outline. Just wanted to show you this. We have 6 months, but where we meet every 2 weeks, and these are our classes. We have a basics, opening ceremony. We're going to be talking about crystal structures, how to work energy sensing and shifting, what are Crystal Reiki applications, Crystal Reiki symbols, which we're going to go into a little bit deeper now. The seed of life, the flower of life, the spiral, the triquetra, the Borromeo rings, the Pisces vesica, the Metatron's cube, and the fire. I also attune you to the 5 tapas. So this is going a little bit beyond the Crystal Reiki modality, because I'm just a little bit extra like that. So, of course, we have a Crystal Reiki attunement. You have hands-on Crystal Reiki practice, a lot own Crystal Reiki, so a lot more practical ways that you can own this modality. You working with crystal structures, tuning into sacred geometry, becoming a human radio. So what the whole calcite bone structure connection is all about, and what it's like to turn into that, and all of that. We talk about that. We also talk about light worker ethics and making it in the holistic business industry, because I always want to bring down all this information down to earth. So yeah. Structures. The Crystal Reiki symbols, just wanted to give you a peek at what they were, and you will be attuning yourself to. Crystal Reiki, the Pisces Vesica, is the mother of geometry. It is the birther. Vesica Pisces, I'm sorry. Pisces. Vesica Pisces. I had a just reading things. Seed of life. Helps you with new beginnings. Harmony, truth, and completion. Flower of life. There's the spiral. I'm sorry, the flower of life. We're going to choose spiral, even though we're working with that one. We're all going to be integrating. We're not just going to be having trainings in these, but also having actual activations and a lot of, and also I give you work for you to do every 2 weeks, something like 1, 2, 3 exercises for you to really integrate all of this. By the end of the year, you come out like, you know this stuff, and you can definitely give this modality with a whole lot of confidence. So Tetra, which is good for businesses, new beginnings and creative pursuits. The Borromean rings. Let's talk about unions and families, working with the Borromean rings, and family matters, country matters, you know, more of a union type group type healing. Metatron's cube will be going deeper into it. It's all about problem solving and bringing in new solutions, which is what you are here for. You are the person that people call when they want the new way. So getting attuned to the Metatron's cube is amazing. Star of David, which is really the Merkaba, and it starts your ascension, your highest good and understanding, your purpose. It really goes deeper into your purpose. So yeah, here's, you'll be attuned to Crystal Reiki symbols. So Crystal Reiki mentorship and certification includes 12 live trainings plus the 12 previous live trainings that we had from the last run that we did. It's half of Crystal Shaman mentorship and certification, which was Crystal Reiki and Shamanic Reiki, but you'll get the Crystal Reiki trainings as well. You have 6 to 12 one-on-one sessions with me per month, depending on the plan that you choose, to integrate all this information, because I don't just want to be talking to you and giving you a whole bunch of information. I want this information to land into your practice and also integrate it into what you do, and how you can also offer, do new offers, new things, use it for your own practice as a healer. There's a lot of handouts and knowledge and hints and links that I will be giving you. You'll have access to a private Facebook group where we'll all be working together as well. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. you'll be inside the Facebook group, which is all of us studying this and really integrating this and sharing our grids and really going deeper into our crystal healer embodiment, because that's what we are becoming in this container. You also get a whole bunch of more contact hours that I've ever seen in any other online Crystal Reiki certification. That's just the way that I am. I don't think that you can just watch a whole bunch of trainings and then just be it. You need to integrate it and also start also creating offers that feel good to you, are easy for you to do, but also serve your life purpose and your own community. And that's the point where we sit there one-on-one to work on the practice of your crystal healing practice. And it's amazing. Every single healer that has come out of this has 100% client satisfaction. That's probably because I sit there and I mentor, but I don't push. I do give you all the information, I give you the tools for you to implement this as well. And I also hold very loving space because I had not so nice mentors, and I want to make sure that I be as as loving as I possibly can, right? Jackie, I'm going to ask you to, I'm going to ask you to mute for a bit until I finish and so, okay, so you get deeply in touch with the mineral kingdom. Every single one of them also came out with their own crystal healing offer and session that the very unique crystal healing offer that they came up with at the end of not just getting their certification, but something that was actually integrated. And now they were able to offer, and it really expanded them as a healer. They really landed, because it's not just about being out there and finding out there the more woo-woo way. It's actually how we land all that information into our own earth, into our own life, into the communities that we serve. The price is $16.67. There's also 3 different payment plans that you can do. They start at $133 per month. And let me know if you're interested, because I will definitely send you the link to check those out. You come out of your Crystal Reiki mentorship and certification with me embodied, like full-on Crystal Reiki master. And you will have an idea of what to do next. I'm not going to leave you high and dry. I want to make sure that you integrate all this information into your practice, into your soul purpose as a healer. So if you're a Reiki master, you already have the basis. This is now going deeper, and it really catapulting deeper into earth energy, which is sacred geometry, resonance, building resonance with you, with others, and becoming that human radio, sacred knowing and understanding sacred geometry, and the understanding crystal structures and crystal properties, actually, because crystal structures are a subset, a very scientific subset of crystal properties, but crystal properties are a whole gamut of ways to identify what this frequency is about. Because it's taken us so long as humans to figure this out. They really are wondrous. There really is, at some point, you working with crystals, you have to let go of logic and really become the channel for the wonder that you are. Let me know if you're interested in this. Definitely, I will be launching this next month, probably the first Thursday of May. It will be every 2 weeks. We'll meet for a training, about an hour of training, and then I have like homework for you to do, just 1 to 3 exercises and things that you need to do for the next 2 weeks. Then we stay, that happens for 6 months, and then we stay together, still integrating, and we meet one-on-one the next 6 months for you to land your practice, your crystal healing practice. So let me know if you're interested. This is, I don't know, I'm opening up. If you feel me, I am opening up my secret offer for you. So thank you for receiving. Let me know and send me a message. I'll send you the link as well. It's here, BrendaSoulfire.com, online programs, and then Crystal Reiki. So chat. All right, so I will now be attuning you. We're bringing in crystal. Sorry, I'm just looking for something. How are you? Let's take 3 deep breaths. I'm going to be connecting your energy body to feel the frequencies of the mineral kingdom further. So let's take 3 deep breaths, and all you need to do is receive. One big breath. Calling in sacred directions, deities that work with us, our ancestors, Mother Earth, Father Sky, the guardians of this universe, and our own hearts to be here now, creating a circle of light around us as we receive this new understanding, this new vibration, new ways of being, straight from the mineral kingdom. I place myself, Brenda, as a clear channel for light, which is information, and love, which is to creation to pour through. The light is our guide. I place myself as a clear channel for light, which is information, and love, which is creation to pour through. The light is our guide. I, Brenda, place myself as a clear channel for us to receive this new connection with the mineral kingdom, this crystal Reiki activation in us through time, through space. I receive, I resonate, I become crystalline. I now understand, I now understand what the crystal beings want me to do. I hear them clearly. I download the packets of information even more clearer than before. I let go in during this activation of whatever logic, whatever thought or belief that is blocking me from receiving the language of love, the language of nature, the language of sacredness, the knowledge of me as I am this, beyond this body, the resonance, the living library that we are. May it be opened, may it be known, may it be experienced. We ask you, Mineral Kingdom, thank you for being here with us. That you guide us, calling in my Reiki lineage, your Reiki lineage, to join all these forces to creating a circle of light around us as we receive these new vibrations, as we receive this connection. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Activating Reiki, activating Crystal Reiki. Asking for any fear, obligation, or guilt to leave our energetic bodies, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, to our feet, down to earth, come back to us through the purification stones in our home or office, back into our bodies as new understanding, lessons learned. Thank you, thank you. It is so. We open ourselves to new ways of understanding, new ways of receiving knowledge, new, more grounded ways of being a healer. Crystal being of light on earth and the sun. Calling in my inner earth guides to activate connection to inner earth, allowing for one of your inner earth guides to present themselves to you now with the sun. Thank you for receiving. Bringing in the energy of the Merkaba, the integration of heaven, earth, activation of the Merkaba now. Hello, I'm back. All right. Oh, good. Okay. Right. Oh, because I need to share. Hi. Going back to shares. I caught off there for a bit. Sorry about that. Let me just go back into. This is for anybody who is wondering, is a Super 7 amethyst, 7 minerals, super rich Mega Inner Earth Activator. Very good for your physical blueprint. So now I'm working with the Merkaba, quartz, and Super 7. So I've layered different frequencies, sending them out to you. Was layered myself, my consciousness as a light. Step back, my ego has stepped back, and I'm in sacred mode, human radio mode. And then I've turned on sacred geometry, turned on Reiki, turned on chosen sacred geometry, and chosen crystals because of their properties. And this here is the secret sauce, Crystal Reiki. Thank you. Once you choose this layering, you sit down and experience it yourself as well. Asking for the mineral kingdom to come in, activate crystal lattice and skeleton of each and every one person who is watching this now or through the replay, and it is so. Thank you for receiving this Crystal Reiki activation. Is now the active part of this Crystal Reiki activation is now complete. We thank all the deities, the Reiki lineage, all the power of the crystals, power plants, power animals that were present here, like the deities that work with us and our ancestors for guiding us. May the information that lands now or within the next week, I feel it's this Reiki activation is going to be working with you for the next 7 days. You start awakening your perceptions to the earth and its languages, as well as feeling the crystals and what they emit along the earth. So let me know in the comments how this felt for you. Or here on Zoom or on the page in the replay. Let me know how that felt for you. So many blessings sending back. And thank you to all the mineral kingdom that was here and that allowed us to get deeper with them. And thank you for the crystals in our home that so help us in our light work, in our capacity to change the world for the better. So thank you for being here with me. So let me know how that felt. You can definitely unmute yourself. You can connect with me through brendasoulfire.com, whether it's just like a session, then it's slash the healing room. If you want more, you want to know more about my programs slash online programs. I'll be launching Crystal Reiki now, the first Thursday of May, And I can't wait to train more crystal healers. Like I said, all the healers that I've worked with are really happy with the support and the information and the integration that I have guided them through, that they would really land it. It wasn't just some other course. It really became crystal healers and integrated them. And I'm making money out of it, which is, but yeah, let me know if you're up for it. And if you want more information, send me a message, write to me at soulfirehealer@gmail.com, or just through Facebook, Instagram, and social media. So thank you so much for being here. It's been an honor to share my knowledge with you, and I would love to get to know you more and connect further. So share. So do you have anything that you'd like to comment or how that felt? Let me know. There's a little heart. Yay. Awesome. Cool. So thank you for being here. This has been the free Secrets of Crystal Reiki training. Thank you for being here with me. I am Brenda Soulfire. I'm here to ignite your light. And I can't wait to see which crystal healers are the next crystal healers that are coming out of the Soulfire School. Yes, Jackie, I was connecting to the energies. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Well, thank you for receiving. They are very intentional energies that I can't wait to teach you how to beam out the art of crystal Reiki. So thank you. Take care. Bye.